So custom DualSense controllers can get a little pricey. And when you're making design decisions, you're not really sure if you're gonna like what you chose. And because they're so expensive, you have to make sure that what you choose is something you're gonna be able to live with. That being said, AimControllers has made some fantastic changes to their custom DualSense controllers at the end of 2023. I'm going to cover three main things that I think are very important when you're considering purchasing a custom DualSense controller. First and foremost, now you no longer have to live with the faceplate design that you chose from the manufacturer or where you ordered it from, because AimControllers has implemented this new really neat snap-on plate system that allows you to change the look of your controller really simply. So if you look closer here, I just removed the face plates of this custom DualSense controller, and there are 3 magnets on the grips of each side and 2 magnets on the touchpad. So you can purchase new and improved or different types of faceplates for your custom DualSense controller, and that's awesome. You lose no functionality from the touchpad, because if that's what you're worried about here in this video, because it works perfectly. It registers through this little touchpad to that, and it works just fine, just like you would expect from an OEM controller. The only thing that you're going to want to consider is that the choice of buttons, what color they are, because, for example, let me bring in my old AIM controller. These don't come off, but if I made the decision to go with red buttons on this one, your faceplate choices are going to be limited, in my opinion, honestly. I mean, you could go crazy with it and have any kind of design or whatever you want there. With the previous version of the AIM controllers, the only real customization or changes that I could make personally is this like face trim at the bottom of the controller. It looks to be that this face trim on this controller is permanent, or at least, you know, been put in place permanently. You're gonna have to make a style decision there when you order your controller out of the gate from AIM controllers. Another small thing to note is that AIM actually went with some branding and put a button there. I love this button on this new controller because I don't really like the PlayStation logo. It kind of takes away from having a custom controller, and I like the circle button. It brings it back, you know, DualShock 4 type vibes. So with that being said, let's go ahead and reinstall these. You can see how easily they are put in place, and it's permanently there. I mean, you have to really kind of go and dig up here at the top to pull it off. But as soon as you put it in place, the magnets hold this faceplate in place really nicely. One thing to note with the touchpad, there's gonna be these 2 little prongs that line up on the controller, and you kind of just slide it in place, and the touchpad is ready to rock and roll. So with that being said, let's move on to the next thing. One really nice quality of life change that AIM Controllers includes in their orders of their custom DualSense controllers now is that you get these version 3 paddles that are phenomenal, really nice, responsive, reactive, clicky. You can hear that. And now they no longer program these to specific things, and they include remappability right from your initial order. Because before, you'd have to choose that, and you could opt for just programming these buttons, you know, hardwired without the remappability, and you had to pay an extra fee. With this one, when I ordered this, I went with the remap chip so I could change these, because I never know what I really want to use it on. And if I start playing different types of games and I want to start using, for example, R1, and on one of these, I can remap it to that. The included remap chip for this back paddle system is a really nice change, and I think they're looking out for their customers in the long run. And thanks for that, AIM Controllers. The final thing that I want to cover in this video is the active triggers by AIM Controllers. They went above and beyond with giving you the ability to have adaptive trigger system and swapping over to mouse click trigger actions. You can hear that, that action there is a mouse click. And whatever mechanism they have going on in here to change that is really smartly implemented, and it is phenomenally, put in place. Because now I have the adaptive triggers when I'm playing, I don't know, Astros or whatever, and I can get that full DualSense experience there. But when I want to drop into a sweat lobby of Warzone or whatever, I can get that mouse click trigger. That is really well done, and whatever they got going on in there, I wish I could afford to break these apart and open them and see the whole trigger mechanism in there, but I don't. So you're just gonna have to trust me with that. So you can flip, like I said, these little flip triggers here, and straight up mouse clicks. You can hear it. That is awesome. I think that's much more precisely implemented than what you would consider for the DualSense Edge type of implementation, because they have different levels. And you know, it kind of just changes the level of stop there if you want the full adaptive experience, or you want to go like mid, get it there, and then you get the mouse click, but you never truly get that mouse click. This is okay, but I think this is way, way better. And considering that they're both comparatively priced, this one takes the cake in my opinion. Even with the swappable sticks here, this isn't like it's mushy, you know? I mean, it's a PlayStation controller. This one is a competitive custom DualSense controller that if you're playing some sort of fighting game or racing game where you still need, you know, that gradual implementation, and you want to swap over real quick and get that mouse click, easily done. Really nice job, AimControllers. I have a hard time not recommending this, especially when the holiday season comes around. I got this for 170 bucks, and that's $30 cheaper than this, you know, with the code. I don't have a custom code because I'm not an affiliate of AimControllers, but I will leave a link in the description. I'm not affiliated with them. Feel free to check them out because they're always running really nice sales, and you can get a really awesome controller for a pretty affordable price, considering like all of the options and feature set that you get within this controller. Again, I really like this trigger click system that they did. Great job, AimControllers. Before I close, I'm gonna leave a card here that you can check out all of these controllers compared. I did a really long, hour-long thing where I compared a bunch of manufacturers' controllers, and if you wanna check out how this thing performed and how it did, go ahead and hit that and check it out. So that about does it for me in this one. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you know what to do. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I'm Tomas, and I'll catch you in the next one.